Hey guys, so oh shoot, probably should have probably should have angled my camera before I started the live, but we don't care. Anyways, so yeah, as you saw from the title and the thumbnail, this is a fish tank live stream, and last time there wasn't a topic. It was just off the rails and it was dumb. It was terrible. This time, as you know by the title, I have a topic. So, um, give me 1 second to send this live stream to my friends and family. So, it's gonna take just a second to get a couple things ready. Um, yeah, just bear with me. Mm. Right now, so sorry. This is gonna take a while to get things ready. So, mhm, mhm. Ah, here it is. That's the live stream. Found it. It's pretty cool. Oh, I can copy. Yep. Can I copy? Can't copy paste. Dang. So I'm just gonna have to type that. So it's called live. There we go. So it's gonna take a couple seconds to get things ready. So all I have to do, oh, oh wait, I'm an idiot. I'm trying to, there we go. And I'll do this. And then I'll do, doop. I'll do, nope, not what I meant to do. And I'll do that. All right, now we are all set to get things rolling. So today we're going to be talking about fish breeding, like goldfish breeding, guppy breeding, the kind of not like pea puffer breeding, fish that look nothing like they do in the wild, like bettas, goldfish, guppies, any fish really. Or not any fish, like I say, not like wild type fish. Um Oh, you got someone. Hello, welcome to the live stream. But anyways, like guppies, goldfish, all kinds of things they look completely different than what they look like in the wild. What they look like in the wild, hold up. Let me see if I can actually search that up. But like guppies and goldfish and all that stuff, they look completely different in the wild. Hello. Um they look completely different in the wild, like guppies. I think, as far as I know, they look more like Endlers in the wild. Endlers live bears, the classic form of Endlers live bears. Um, and then goldfish look like carp. So wild, wild, wild guppy. Yeah, see, they look more like Endlers than how they look now. Wait, I have Google? No, I'm on Safari. Why is it saying Google? I don't know. But yeah, that's how they look in the wild. Credit to whoever made that. Um that's how they look in the excuse me. That's how they look in the wild. Uh all crazy different things. And like goldfish look completely different in the wild, like carp. They look like brown fish. They don't look interesting. Oh, I just realized, yeah, you might see some movement back here in the pea puffer setup because I added two guppies in there. Uh, and don't worry about the guppies; they're not going to get hurt. Some for some people, their pea puffers will bite the guppies or eat the guppy's tail up, but that's not going to happen with mine because my pea puffer is very docile. Like she wouldn't hurt a fly. I meant to turn my Wi-Fi off to make recording better. Did I do that? I did do that. Good job. Anyways, so yeah. But like goldfish, they look completely different. And I did put technology in the title. That's because we're going to be talking about necessities or necessities of um, CO2 and different chemicals like fertilizers, CO2. I can't remember what it's called. Like CO2. It's not CO2 injections. It's like this chemical that kind of is like CO2. I don't know. I don't actually use chemicals except for in that tank, which I think I'm going to do a short on. But I had this Molly, right? And this Molly's got a big lump on her side. She's not looking too good. So I'm treating her with salt, but that's the only chemical that I have. I don't really treat my fish with any other chemicals. And I haven't had a fish die in a long time. So, I mean, unless it was an unhealthy fish from the start. Oh, oh, shoot. Did I have my mic off? No, it's on. Sorry about the beginning. That was probably really bad with audio. Um, but yeah, you can hear audio's coming from the mic. Got a gamer thing. Anyways, but I don't find chemicals very useful. I don't use chemicals. I don't use fertilizers. I don't use CO2. I don't use anything. In this tank, I don't have any single bit of technology except for this light. I'm talking no filter, no CO2, no heater. All of it is just a light, some plants, and there's a big, big sand bed. And that's just a big secret, right? A big sand bed and some plants. That's it. That's what's gonna make your plant or your tank really self-sustaining. Not chemicals. Chemicals are not gonna do it for you. They may help like a little bit, but honestly, I don't really support chemicals because I like how my tanks are looking. I don't use CO2. I don't use anything like that. I just wing it really. Let me actually. Luckily, with my phone, I can see how this live stream is going and see if everything is working properly. Properly. Everything is working properly. Okay. Yes, it is. That's me. Yeah, that's really trippy. That's really trippy. Um, so I can see it from my phone to make sure that audio is good. Um, I'm not gonna do that the whole stream because my phone's only on like 16%. I don't want to kill it. That would be dumb, useless. Just might as well keep it. Hey, got two people. Hello, welcome to the live stream. I don't know. I think the one of them is my mom. I have no idea. So, yeah, the guppies look completely different in the wild. As you saw, they look like endlers. They look nothing like actual like. I can't get her into frame, and I can't really move my laptop. Unfortunately, I am recording on the laptop. That's why the recording isn't super good. I mean, like, look at that. It's like 2 FPS. It's not 2 FPS, but it looks like it. And it's very pixely and foamy, and it's not very good, but it works for now. So I'm gonna get a better webcam, get everything sorted out, and it's not gonna be as bad. Okay, someone keeps leaving and rejoining. I don't know if they're doing that on purpose to spam or not. Um, I think they're lagging out. That's sad. Anyways, but as I was saying, like I don't use chemicals in any of my tanks. Except like I said, except for the Molly, because she needs chemicals. Or he needs chemicals. It's male. If you didn't know how to tell male from female Molly's guppies, swordtails, endlers, all those things. Um, I'm not gonna say it because this is a family friendly stream, and telling the difference between a male and female uh, live bearer is yeah, very technical. So I'm not gonna really get into that right now. Oh, my cousin's here. Hello, my cousin. Um, I'm not really gonna get into that right now, but like, yeah, it's so I don't use chemicals, like I keep saying, and it is working for me perfectly nicely. Um, my cousin is texting me. Hello, cousin. Um, anyways, but it's working very nicely for me. I've got a nice puffer that's doing perfectly okay. My sister is screaming because she's playing a game with her friends. So if you hear anything, that's my sister. My cousin is currently going crazy. Anyways, um, oh, hold up. I'm gonna interrupt myself for a little bit here. Um, I put a cherry shrimp in there, and as far as I know, it's a male. Uh, I put a cherry shrimp in there, and as far as I know, it's a male. And is it a male? Yeah, it's a male. I keep going like I keep like, is it a male? Is it a female? I don't know, but all I know is he got rejected from getting married. So poor guy, he's suffering a heartbreak right now. Um, yeah. So, anyways, as I was saying, um, I find chemicals are kind of useless. If to be honest, I find chemicals to be useless. To be honest, I'm sorry, I can't. My cousin is texting me the weirdest things right now, but like I say, chemicals useless. You don't need them. As much as you may think, oh, you need chemicals. You need uh methylene blue. You need all these chemicals. I'm telling you, salt do just fine. Unless you're like a fish breeder or you're doing something a big time or you've just got tons of tanks and you can't spend, you know, hours on one tank. If you've got like I know some people have like 40 tanks. And if you've got like that, then just chill. I'm sorry. My cousin keeps texting me. Um uh just you just chill. You don't need if you've got that many tanks, fine. Use CO2 and crap. But my opinion, I don't need it. I don't use it. I barely use filters if I can help it. Um the guppy tank, I'm only using a filter because that tank is way overstocked. You have no idea how many babies a guppy can have. I never thought I would get them to breed, but they breed. Guppies breed a lot, a lot. You're gonna have lots of babies. So yeah. Luckily, in the Pea Puffer tank, I've only got 2 males in here. I'm not trying to get breeding in there because I don't want any more guppies until spring. And when spring rolls around, like I said in the last live stream, we're gonna set up a tub with tons of guppies, just whole tons of them, and breed them out, sell them. I may actually put up a website to sell them if it ever becomes that much. But let me know if you're like interested. Excuse me. If you're interested in buying guppies, it'll probably be like next year, fall, not fall, spring, or like summer. Some of the times that are warmer, I won't be selling them when it's colder because I'll have to take the tubs down, either that or put them inside. And that is a lot of work to try to breed them and move them back inside. So probably won't do it then. And I probably won't use chemicals in that either because I don't, honestly, in my opinion, it's not that I don't, it's just that I don't trust chemicals, honestly. In my opinion, I just like letting nature be nature, like self-sustaining, like this setup, like that it's self-sustaining. I don't do water changes on it. I don't do CO2, as I said. The plants produce the oxygen. I don't know if the fish produce CO2, but I think they produce like a liquidized CO2. I've got no idea. But, everything's working perfectly okay in there. And I don't run CO2. I don't run a filter. I don't run a heater. It's winter. Well, it's December. Technically winter. But, what's the temperature? What's the temperature? What is it?
It's currently 53 degrees.
53 degrees, middle of December. It's never going to get cold. Let's be honest. It's never going to get cold here. So I don't have to run a heater in there. Good Lord. Just because you have heat doesn't mean you don't get to run a filter. Sorry. Now, I'm not saying go and take your fish bowl and run it with no heater and put like 5 goldfish in there. No, what I'm saying is, if you've got a planted tank like this, when it's only 3 fish, and not 3 big fish, 3 teeny tiny fish that barely make a scratch in the ammonia, nitrites, and nitrates, like they barely make a scratch of it. A scratch of it? A drop of it. You get the point. So, like, that's how you would set up a tank with no filter. Like, tiny fish. That's what I like to do. What the heck? My cousin is spamming my text with random stuff. That's what I like to do. There are some forms of technology that I do kind of support, like live feedings. I wouldn't say that's technology as much as I would say that it's more complex and more, less beginner stages. And basically what I'm saying is I don't really support, what some of the more experienced fish keeper do, because sometimes they put tons of chemicals in the water because, to them, it does good. In my opinion, it doesn't. I just don't like it. Also, real quick, you may have noticed I've put a plant there, and that is because I wanted to. No, it's because I was planning on it when I first set the tank up. I am still editing the editing the video for the entire P Puffer build. So I don't know if I'm ever gonna put it out because it's like 3 hours long. So it's a long, long video. That's for if you're like falling asleep and you want to watch something while you're going to sleep. You want to watch something while you're doing homework, or you just want to watch something because you're bored. That's something you got to be like. That's pretty much the same thing as watching a movie. So if you're gonna want to really see in depth of how I make these setups, um, I'm gonna put that video out. I think maybe like next week, uh, week after. I don't know when I'm gonna put that thing out. Because it's a big video. I mean, how long is it exactly? I think it's an hour and 30 minutes, if I recall correctly. It's so sorry. Yeah, hour and 20 minutes. Long video. Oh, and if you're wondering what I use to edit my videos, I use InShot. Great app. Amazing app. You just get it on your phone. Works the same as if you got it on a laptop. Like, it's amazing. It's not super good when it comes to like, um well, no, it's even good when it comes to like putting music on the background of your videos and stuff. I don't do that because I'm too lazy to. But you can, and if you like to do that, do that. Also, I would advise you to chat and ask questions. If you want to ask questions, if you have any questions about, tell me in depth, how do I set up a pea puffer tank? Or tell me in depth how to set up a goldfish tank, or just any tank. T- you know, there's a chat right there. Or if you're on mobile, there's a chat right there. You can use that. Um, Also, there's a like button right there. Yeah, I think it's right there. I don't know where it is. There's a like button there. I'd advise you to use it. Anyways, no, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Um, but what? Where was I going with that? Right, the fish feeding crap. Um, so yeah, that's really all I have to say about technology. I did not. Um, yeah, that's all I have to say about technology. I don't use it personally. Can you put any other fish with a peat puffer? You can. It's possible. These are mean little fish, but you can. They're mean little fish though. I mean, they have different personalities, but I'm going to assume that yours is just a meanie, like a jerk. So, if you were putting something with that jerk fish, um, something like amber tetras, neon tetras, cardinal tetras, lemon tetras, any kind of faster, but not too fast, not like a rummy nose, but like faster kind of tetra is good, but not so fast that it's going to steal everything when it comes to food from the puffer. You don't want the puffer running out of food. That's not good. It's going to die. So, yeah, that's important to know. Uh, Fast fish, no long fins. Um, I don't know if you've seen a puffer's teeth, but they've got teeth. They've got big chompers. For the size of that fish, those are some big teeth. So they can really fin nip a fish. The only reason I'm able to keep the guppies with mine is because mine is so shy and so docile that she wouldn't hurt a snail, a shrimp, or a brine shrimp. Well, I don't know if she wouldn't hurt a brine shrimp, but I'm just saying metaphorically, she wouldn't hurt a brine shrimp. So yeah, you can put fish with pea puffers. You just have to be very, very careful. Um, so yeah. Um, but back on the subject of like technology and stuff. Speaking of technology, I got a fancy little tripod here. Um, nice little tripod. That goes with that ring light, and I took it off because I want a tripod. Only problem is I gotta figure out the clip. So yeah, once I do, I can tell you right now we're gonna get some better clips on here. Nice, nice tripod. Oh, and about the InShot thing, I'm not sponsored by them, so if you did get InShot or like, I think there's like a subscription for InShot. Um, none of the money goes to me. I'm not sponsored by them at all. I don't have a link for a discount or discount code or anything. I just wanted to suggest it because it's a good app. I like it. Yeah, but I wanted to talk about lighting real quick. As we're talking about technology, lighting is somewhat important, but not really. Um, it's pretty important in that you need lighting, but it's not so important that you have to have high end lighting. Um, you don't need these fancy lights. So me and my dad actually put a shop light, and not like a fancy shop light, just a simple shop light on our goldfish tank. And I would go and show you, but I'm using a laptop. Two, I'm charging that laptop. Three, people are out there, and I don't like recording in front of uh my family because I don't know why. They're fine with it, but I don't know why. It's just something weird that I do. Let me clean up real quick. Yeah, so lighting is pretty important, but that doesn't mean you should go out buying a $1,000 light for your 4 foot tank. That doesn't mean you go buy a $1,000 light or $300 light. That light on top of our 4 foot tank, 4 foot, 75 gallon tank, cost us like, I don't know. I think it was like $30 at most, like $30. So, I mean, you don't need high end lighting at all. Not expensive lighting. Just a simple shop light will do. I mean, you really don't need super high end lighting. Um, like I say, a simple ring light works too. A ring light is what I have on top of the uh other this tank. Sorry, I got distracted. This tank, you can see ring light. Oh, that's bright. It's not as bright as it looks. It's pretty bright, but it's not that bright. It looks a lot brighter than it actually is in real life. So yeah. So what was I saying? You don't need a Martin light. You don't need expensive lighting. Um, on the guppy tank, I've got uh just a simple light that I think we were actually gonna throw that light away. Like, when I tell you you don't need a expensive light, I mean you do not need a $30 light for a 10 gallon tank. Like, you really don't. You can buy a $12 light, like a $12 ring light for the same quality. So yeah, I actually like using the ring lights better because I find extend it if you want to extend it above the tank, it comes with a handy dandy little tripod. Handy dandy little extending tripod. And it gets pretty tall. This is a pretty big one. So I don't actually know why I don't use this thing to record more often. Well, I do know because I use that light for the puffer tank, and you know, uh, I think I have the clip for that somewhere. clip to put it on there. I'll look for it later, but it's a little clip. Unfortunately, it can't attach straight onto this. It has to attach to that, and then that attaches to this. So yeah, but I'll figure that out later. Um, and then there's substrate. Oh boy, substrate. People get so caught up in substrate. They go for fluval stratum. They go for specific aquarium compost. High end ADA sand, compost. But really, this stuff is just some sand I found in the backyard. And don't worry, I did clean the sand off, and it's completely fish safe. As you can see, I've had this tank up for like, I think 3 months now, and nothing bad has happened to it. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. Um, and the substrate, just simple dirt, literally dirt. So you really don't need expensive compost or expensive anything's really. Just a simple little um simple sand. Really. Uh in the goldfish tank, I'm just using sand. And I make little homemade root tabs, and it's just hair algae and fluval stratum. I will admit I do have fluval stratum in the guppy tank. I'll admit that. I have fluval stratum in the guppy tank. And that is because it was my birthday and I could pick the substrate. So I went with fluval stratum because I like fluval stratum. It looks cool. I'm going to be honest. I do like fluval stratum. It looks cool. But you don't need it. Uh, it looks cool and it does kind of increase plant growth. Actually, no, I can't say it does. In this tank, I have way more plant growth than the pea puffer tank. So, uh, the guppy tank. That's right, the guppy tank. I have way more success with plants in this dirt tank than that expensive tank. And I'll say the guppy tank, it was far more expensive. I have a lot better lighting, better substrate, better filters, and yet the guppy tank doesn't grow plants as good. I mean, I've barely got it. It grows Anubias good. I'll give it that. It grows Anubias amazingly, but all the other plants, other than dwarf hairgrass, which is also grows amazing, whereas this tank doesn't really grow dwarf hairgrass very good. That tank, it doesn't grow even simple plants like Alodia. Can't grow it. Uh, Simple plants like Monte Carlo kind of takes a while. Um, Even this, I think it's I can't remember what it's called. It's not Alodia. But I can't remember. It looks like hornwort, but the leaves are flat. It's not limnophila. It's like it starts with a B, and I can't remember. Cubamba. That's what it is, Cubamba. And it's growing. I mean, it's not growing super nice in this tank, as well as I would like it to, at least. But it's growing a lot better in this tank than it is in the guppy tank. So, I mean, that just goes to show. Sometimes cheaper stuff is just better. So, I mean, yeah, and like I say, don't use fertilizers, don't use what's the word? CO2. I don't use CO2, fertilizers, and yet the guppy tank, beautiful. I mean, I won't say it'll grow stems good. That's the word. It doesn't grow stems super good, but it grows like carpeting plants, and it grows like I can't shoot. I'm forgetting all kinds of words today. It grows epiphytes. That's what it is. Epiphytes, super good, but it just doesn't grow stems super well. So, yeah. Uh, if you want, keep those questions rolling. I like it when y'all ask me questions. It kind of tickles my brain a little bit. I don't know what that means. Anyways, um, oh yeah, I just wanted to say something. I've got snails in there, and you. Oh, hold up. There's a full-on tool to remove snails, and I don't know how I feel about it. I don't know if I think it's good because it is kind of useful because it is hard to remove snails and get them all out, but a full-on like chemical, there's a chemical to remove them. I'm like, I mean, maybe it works. I've never tried it. Um, but I just say live with them. I like snails. I mean, they may not look super cool. They may look kind of annoying. Um, and you may have too many, but that's because you're doing something wrong, not the snails. So you got to figure out what you're doing wrong. You could be feeding too much. You could be stocking too much. You could be uh, lighting the tank too brightly or putting too bright of lighting on the tank. And that is it's good for the fish, but if you don't want snails, then you probably shouldn't put big lights in your tank. Because once you put big lights in snail tank, uh, what did I just say there? Um, Once you put big lights on a tank with snails in it, you're gonna have a population explosion. Unless you've got other algae eaters like a mono shrimp or cherry shrimp or uh, guppies. Guppies are actually a good tank cleaner. I'll talk about that later, but guppies are actually a really good tank cleaner. Um, so really, the snails aren't the bad guy, is what I'm saying. And if you've got too many snails, feed your puffers. If you've got too many snails and you've got a pea puffer, boom, puffer food. So that's why I say um, snails aren't the bad guy. Um, but I will advise you not to drop new snails in a tank with goldfish. You can keep snails in a tank with goldfish, but don't drop any new ones in. And that's because the goldfish will try to eat them, and inevitably they'll choke on them. And one time I had to actually take the goldfish out of the tank to get the snail out of its mouth because it was going to choke on it. So, yeah. Who is on the stream? There's someone on the stream. I don't know who it is. That's fine. Um, anyways, uh, what was I saying? Yeah, snails aren't the bad guy, basically. So, what I was saying about guppies and they're super good tank cleaners. Yeah, they're very good tank cleaners. Um, I actually haven't had a whole. I mean, I've had a dwarf hair grass, a hair algae explosion in the guppy tank. But they are good at eating like powder algae or green powder algae. Uh, I haven't had problems with blackbeard algae, but they are good powder algae eaters. So yeah. Also, uh, once again with the ring light, praising the ring light, I haven't had algae in this tank ever. I literally cannot grow algae. I actually kind of want to so I can feed my shrimp, so the shrimp can eat or shrimp can eat better. I do feed my shrimp. Don't think I don't feed my shrimp. Hold up. Is nobody commenting or am I going crazy? I'm going crazy. Anyways, but hold up. Let me scooch it closer. Uh what was I saying? What was I saying? Wow, I am losing my thought, my train of thought here. Right. Just praising the ring light. Super good. Lovely. Love the ring light. Do not use expensive lighting. The ring light will do just fine. Um, yeah. Oh, what else? Oh, I was going to talk about fish breeding too. So let's get into that actually. This stream is not as long, not going as long as I thought it would be. Then again, we've only gotten to the first segment, which was technology, and we've got two segments to go, so it's gonna be a long one, boys. So we've got what was I going on to? Fish breeding. That's right. So, fish breeding. Super I just want to talk about two things. Oh, wait, no. Dang it. I do want to talk about good beginner fish. Okay, I'm going to talk about good beginner fish. Good lord. Good lord. Hold up. Hold up 1 second. Never mind actually. No, it's fine. What was I saying? Good beginner fish. I just want to talk about that real quick because I just thought about that when I was thinking about live fairs. So, good beginner fish. Molly. Best one out there. That's not a Molly. Um, that is a Molly. It's super cloudy and it's not actually cloudy. It's just because it's in a Tupperware thing. But Molly's, I just want to talk about Molly's real quick. Amazing beginner fish. Everyone should have a Molly. I have kept a Molly. Like, just everyone should try Molly. And in my opinion, Golden Panda Molly only because that's the only kind of Molly I've kept. But Golden Panda Molly, this thing has lived with me for like, I don't know, a long time. And I haven't had problems with it until now with the having to treat it with salt. But even then, treating it with salt is so easy. You almost can't add too much salt because of the fact that uh they can be kept in brackish water conditions. Or I think they can even be kept in full saltwater conditions. I don't know about that, but let me actually see real quick. Can they be kept in full saltwater conditions? No, don't care. 1 second, real quick, because now I'm actually curious. Can mollies be kept in full saltwater? Hold on. So sorry. This is saltwater. I know they can be kept in brackish water. Mollies have a saltwater. Yes, they can. Wait, hold up. Thought I saw something about ocean. But no, they can live. So sorry about the silence there. But they can live in full saltwater conditions. So I mean, it's so easy to treat them with salt. If your molly gets sick somehow, it's so easy to treat them with salt. And you learn about breeding with them because they're live bears. They'll breed for you. And it's just so easy to get them to breed. Hold on. It's so easy to get them to breed, and you get to learn about their breeding and just about fish breeding. And then they're not like a zebra danio to where they're indestructible. And in my opinion, I don't think indestructible fish are good for the beginner because they can't learn anything with them. But something like a molly to where they're hardy but not indestructible, it's just perfect. It works perfectly because of the fact that it just works perfectly because you can treat them with salt and they're super fluid with salt. Now, I don't mean go dumping bucket of salt into your 2.5 gallon aquarium that you're quarantining your molly in, but they can be perfect for treating them with salt. You can keep them just one molly, or you could keep them 500 mollies. Doesn't matter. Like, they're the perfect beginner fish. I suggest start off with a group of 3 of them in a 10 gallon. Some people would say a molly needs what is it? Um, a molly needs a 20 gallon. No, they don't. They don't. In all honesty, they don't. They're pretty energetic and they do get kind of sizable. But if you're keeping a smaller molly, like golden panda molly, perfect for a 10 gallon, maybe 3 in like a 10 gallon. But I wouldn't put any more than 3 in a 10 gallon. But still, great fish, absolutely perfect for the beginner fish keeper. So I would go with mollies if you're first starting and you want to get a fish tank. Mollies are perfect for the beginner. Now, and the only reason I don't suggest guppies instead is because first time I got guppies, dead immediately. No, this was a while ago when I was first starting in this hobby, when I was like 12, I think. But now I'm 13 and I can keep mollies pretty good, or guppies pretty good, without them dying. Actually, Fluval here. Fluval is one of my guppies. Fluval was actually, I actually bred, his parents. I believe his mother got pregnant at the fish store, but she did give birth under my captivity. So technically I bred her, but really she just mated with a guppy at the fish store, and end of story. Oh, and I wanted to give y'all a little update on Sylvia's fry, or Christie's fry. I'm not gonna go over there because that would be a pain, but they're huge, and they are not getting color. They are taking forever with their color. I think they're like 3 months old, still no color. So it's gonna be a while till they get their color. And I wanted to let y'all know I failed at making a brine shrimp colony. I tried with some dead brine shrimp that had some eggs in them. I put them in a little jar with salt water, and the eggs didn't hatch, unfortunately. And I've kept them in there for well over 2 days. No signs of baby brine shrimp. So, usually brine shrimp eggs hatch like a couple days later, but it's been well over